Okay, is everybody ready? Bill, we're all set to go? Britt, all set? Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Virginia City Council Chambers. This is a regularly scheduled City Council meeting. I will call this meeting to order. Today's date is Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. The time is 5:30 p.m. Pam, would you please take the roll call?
Payable,
Present.
Friedlieb,
Here.
Paulson,
Present.
Beyondich,
Present.
Johnson,
Here.
Baranzelli,
Here.
Huffy.
Present. Will everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. We'll move to item 4 on the agenda, which is a public forum. This is an opportunity for citizens to come forward and speak on any issue they deem pertinent to the city of Virginia, or just express any comments that they'd like to make. At this time, does anyone in the audience like to come up and present anything to the council? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move to item 5, which is the consent agenda. The following items will be enacted by one motion unless a councilor or a citizen of the city of Virginia requests that the item be considered separately. Item 5.1 is the approval and correction of the following minutes. 5.1A, the regular meeting that was held on November 23rd, 2021. 5.1B, the special meeting that was held on November 30th, 2021. And item 5.1C, the public hearing that was held on December 7th, 2021. Item 5.2 is the adoption of Finance Resolution number 21-023, the schedule of bills. Item 5.3 is approve pay estimate number 18 to Kraus Anderson for the Rewens Field redevelopment in the amount of $346,881.31. Item 5.4, approve pay estimate number 18 to Kraus Anderson for the MEC, Miners Event and Convention Center, in the amount of $129,697.53. And the reason we're using the acronym MEC is because that fell under during the construction phase of this project. Item 5.5 is approve pay estimate number 2 to Masaba Bituminous for the Silver Lake Trail improvements in the amount of $28,745. Item 5.6 is approve pay estimate number 7 to Casper Engineering for the 2021 street improvement project in the amount of $3,726,573.71. 5.7, approve the following travel requests. Item 5.7, A, Planning and Permitting Department. 5.7A1, Christina Nicola, to attend the annual Institute for Building Officials, January 9th through the 14th, 2022, in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, at a cost of $1,636.72. Item 5.7A2, Stephanie Lyson, to attend the annual Institute for Building Code Officials Permit Technicians, January 9th through the 11th in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, at a cost of $802.72. And item 5.7A3, Bill Cole, to attend the International Code Council webinar, February 7th through the 11th, 2022, at a cost of $750. Item 5.7B, Police Department travel requests. 5.7B1, Noah Burr, to attend the Minnesota State Patrol Seminar, Maple Grove, Minnesota, January 24th through the 28th, 2022, January 31 through February 2nd, 22, March 13th through the 17th, 2022, and March 27th through the 31st, 2022, in Philadelphia, PA, at a cost of $500. Item 5.7B2, Joseph Bronick, to attend the Background Investigator Seminar in Mankato, Minnesota, January 17th through the 19th, 2022, at a cost of $442. Item 5.8, approve the 2022 tobacco licenses for the following. 5.8A, Brenda Peliquin, doing business as Brenda's Mini Mart. Item 5.8B, Dennis Yorzak, doing business as the Newzette. Item 5.8C, Super Smoke Shop Virginia, doing business as the Smoke Shop. 5.9, approve the 2022 second-hand goods license for Anthony Altobelli, doing business as Plower Play Sports. Item 5.10, approve the 2022 pawnbrokers license for Thomas Anderson, doing business as North Star Pawn and Gun Incorporated. 5.11, approve the 2022 solid waste haulers license for Waste Management. Item 5.12, approve the 2022 massage licenses for the following. 5.12A, Kendra Mariucci, doing business as Blue and Ace Salon and Spa, LLC. Item 5.12B, Susan Santee, doing business as Massage. Item 5.12C, Wendy Lindsay, doing business as the Payable Spa Company. 5.13 is approve the temporary liquor license for the Lyric Center for the Arts on January 6, 2022. Item 5.14, approve the 2022 on-sale license for the Virginia Bowling Gardens, LLC, doing business as the Virginia Bowling Gardens. And finally, 5.15, approve the excluded bingo application from Range Transitional Housing to hold the event at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center on January 27th, 2022. These are the consent agenda items for the meeting tonight, and looking for council action.
I will move the consent agenda.
Councilor Johnson moves to approve the consent agenda. Is there support?
All support, Mayor.
Support by Councilor Baraboo. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, appearances. We have no one scheduled to appear before the City Council this evening. Once again, if anybody in the audience would like to address the council, welcome to do so at this time. Okay, seeing none, we'll move to item 7, unfinished business. Item 7.1, the sale of a hospital. This is something that's been ongoing, and I believe we have a small update from our city attorney, Colleen. Colleen?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. We just want to report back to the council that all necessary documents have been submitted to the state of Minnesota, and we expect to close the sale by the end of the year.
Thank you. Any questions from anyone with respect to this? Okay, we'll move to item 7.2 is the rental code ordinance. As you all know, we have received a book of, which is rather extensive of the rental code, and I'm sure we're usually going through each and every chapter in that rental code and recommending any changes or looking for any suggestions that we have. There's a book here in the council chambers as well, so we look forward to the final draft. Once that gets taken care of, we'll be able to take action on adopting that. Anything else to add for that, Britt? Okay, thank you. Any other questions or from the council? Okay, thank you. We'll move to item 8, discussion items. Item 8.1, adopt a resolution accepting a donation for the Virginia Public Library. And we see we have our library director in the audience. Did you want to come forward at all or talk about this donation? This generous donation to the Virginia Public Library. Jody, welcome.
Thank you. It is a generous donation, and I do not have the paperwork with me because I just ran from another meeting. But I just got a random phone call from somebody whose husband passed away, who is from the area, and she is a retired teacher, and she wanted to donate money to the library, and specifically, she would like us to use it for materials and technology because she knows about how fast we go through technology. So it was wonderful to hear. And do you have the documentation so I can say that? Thank you. In here? Oh, see? Awesome. So the donation is, and she wrote a really nice letter. And so the last name is Sterle, S-T-R-L-E, and it was from Sharon. and also in honor of her grandchildren, Barbara Buck and Brittany Buck. And Frank Steven Stroll passed away in 2021. So that was the reason for the donation, and had a lovely conversation with her. And now that this is official, I can send her a thank you. But if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? This is fantastic. We have another list of donations as well. Citizens coming forward in the community have a big heart. And so,
Yes, it is wonderful. So staff are very excited, and they have some wonderful ideas on what we would like to do in '22. So
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Looking for a motion to adopt this resolution accepting the donation.
Also move, Mayor.
Moved by Counselor Bearable, supported by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Jody. Item 8.2, adopt a resolution accepting a donation for the K-9 program.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor
Freely.
Thank you. I was looking at my paper. Thank you. And supported by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Item 8.3A, adopt a resolution accepting a donation for the Bailey's Lake Walking Trail.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Paulson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Beyondich. Any further discussion? I think I'd just like to add, this is a $5,000 donation by Mr. and Mrs. Pershern, and they've been living in the Laurentian Manor since day one. And they offer this $5,000 donation to, for us to use to decorate for the holiday season, add electrical box, for power and any other improvements we want to make with respect to that. So that was a very kind a gesture and a very generous one on the part of the Pershern family. Thank you. Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. And we've already had feedback about the lit Christmas trees between the buildings over there.
Yes,
So
very much so.
The residents of all those buildings are very grateful.
Thank you. Okay, looking for a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Johnson and supported by, I'm sorry, we had a motion already? Okay, let's hold that for the next one. So it's been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Item 8.4, adopt a resolution accepting a donation for the Virginia Ambulance Service.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by Counselor Friedlieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 8.5, approve the appointment, I'm sorry. Item 8.5 is approve the appointment for the 2022 Regional Advisory Board, the RAC Board. And in your packet, we have a representative, as always has been and continues to be, and if we approve, we'll continue again into the next for 2022. This is the Northeast Minnesota Emergency Communications Board, for 911 radio systems, the regional radio board, and historically, Chief Nicole Young-Matson has been the representative, with the alternate being Deputy Chief Chad Nicola.
So moved.
Moved to approve both those to continue as representatives for the 2022 RAC Board. Is there support? Support by Councillor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Item 8.6 is approve the appointment for the 2022 to the Emergency Communications Board, which calls the ECB. And this is the Northeast Minnesota Emergency Communications Board, and this is the term commencing January 21st, 2022. And the two that have been serving on this board is the Representative Alan Lewis, our Fire Chief, and the alternate Assistant Chief Scott Frederickson. And the application is for them to continue serving in that capacity in 2022, and we're looking for council action.
Also move, Mayor.
Moved by Counselor Bearable, supported by Counselor Barnzelli. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.7, adopt a resolution hiring recreation assistants for the outdoor skating rinks. You had interviews today, was it?
We had interviews this afternoon
Okay.
at the outdoor rinks, and we're bringing forward to you 5 names: Tim Martinson, Gracelyn Mogensen, Tucker Johnson, Ashley Tedrick, and Braden Pliska.
Very good, thank you, and thank you for applying for those positions. And so we look for council action and approval for these outdoor skating attendants.
I'll move for discussion.
Moved by Counselor Freely, is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Barnzelli. Further discussion, Counselor Freely.
Just a quick question, Britt. Since these are recreation assistants, can these people also serve in a capacity?
Necessarily, that's for further discussion at a future personnel committee meeting. Historically, they have not. They usually stay at the outdoor rink. There's a different classification for them in the union contract.
Have we filled the 10 positions that we originally intended? We have. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to put a plug that we still do need more people for the outdoor rinks. We usually historically have 6 to 7 people, and due to the schedules of the 5 that we are hiring, we know we're going to have some holes, that we do have spots we open still, so we are taking applications for outdoor rink coverage.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Britt. Item 8.8, adopt a resolution to make application for and accept funds from the DIRR, the Commercial Redevelopment Grant Program for Oxygen Services Incorporated. This is the Department of Iron Range Resources. So, and John, would you like to comment about this Oxygen Services Program? The new business?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, Oxygen Services Company is a new company that just expanded to Virginia. Their closest location was in Duluth, and now they're here. They started their operations in St. Cloud, and they purchased the 501 North Hoover Road building in the fall, and that was the former location of Firelight Galleries, which has since moved to the mall, different location in Virginia. I worked on this with Britt. The Commercial Redevelopment Grant Program through IRRR is for the demo, because on the interior of the building, they had a number of, when Firelight Galleries was there, it was heated, and there was a display that was all fireplaces, and it was quite extensive. So it's not just a simple move in and start working. They have to demolish all that stuff. There's a bunch of things they need to do. So had a public notice put in accordance with the IRRR requirements, and we got 3 bids, and had a walkthrough with contractors. Anyway, so this project is moving along, and it's the process seems to be going well. So if anybody has any other questions, or if Britt, you have anything else you want to add?
The final requirement we have for the grant application, we're just the fiscal agent, we're just the pass-through for the money for them. They can't apply for the IRRB grant, only we can, so we're applying on their behalf for them.
Another IRRB project to support new businesses, so. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, looking for motion.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support with a quick question.
Yeah, support by Counselor Freely. Further discussion? Counselor Freely.
These services then provide for industrial, commercial, and medical, or is it just one or the other or all? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, Councilor Freely, the most of it is welding supplies for commercial and industrial, but they also do dry ice for the pharmaceutical, medical industries, whereas if, let's say there's a COVID vaccine and they have to ship that typically in the cold, then they would provide the dry ice for that shipment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, all those, any other further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Move to item 9 on the agenda, committee reports. 9.1, the committee of the whole meeting that was held on December 7th, 2021. The time right now is 5:50 PM, and as we know, we have a scheduled truth and taxation hearing, public hearing, that we need to hold at 6:01 PM this evening. So we'll start out with the committee reports, and if we don't finish by then, we'll just move on to we'll recess the committee hall reports and then go to the truth and taxation hearing. So we'll move the committee reports of the whole meeting over to our city administrator, Britt C. Bennis. Britt?
Thank you. At the committee of the whole meeting on December 7th, Chief Alan Lewis discussed his request to propose increasing the ambulance rate for 2022. After discussion, it was moved and supported to approve the proposed 2022 rate increases for the ambulance department when the resolution is in your packet.
Thank you.
I'll move to approve.
Counselor Paulson moves to approve. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Counselor Bearable. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Battalion Chief Kevin Pops was present to discuss the information he had brought forward regarding purchase or lease of an ambulance for the next fiscal year, 2022. After a discussion with Mr. Pops, it was moved and supported to direct staff to work together to get the cost of a new ambulance from Premier Specialty Vehicles with the intent to purchase the ambulance in 2023 simply due to supply chain issues.
Thank you. Counselor Bionich
So moved.
moves to approve. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Paulson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to allow staff to develop a package and present to the state of Minnesota to request funding for various projects in the city of Virginia.
I see you've already been in touch with our lobbyist, Mike Jarek, on those matters.
I have given Mr. Jarek an earful, but I'm keep working on that.
Very
It's
good.
directed.
Fantastic, thank you. So we're looking for a
So moved.
move by Counselor Freely. Is there support? Support by Counselor Barnzelli. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Bearable.
Just one comment to Britt. Britt, if there's any items that affect the whole region, like for the ambulance stuff and stuff, you can contact RAMS and we'll put out a letter of support. So just keep that in the back of your mind, okay? But it has to be regional, not just for the city,
Will do.
okay?
Okay, thank you, Counselor Bearable. Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the resolution to make application and accept funds from the Iron Range Resources EDA Partnership Grant Program for the Phase 3 of the VITA Downtown Redevelopment Program.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson and supported by Counselor Beyondich. Is there any further discussion? Counselor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. I will be abstaining from this motion.
Thank you. So it has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries 6 nays, 6 yeas, and 1 abstention. Thank you.
Mr. Ed Alto, our outgoing interim Public Works Director, was present with Mr. James Rosfit, our incoming Public Works Director, to discuss the request to approve the sale of the following surplus equipment: the 2014 cardboard truck, a 2013 garbage truck, 1995 Chevrolet half-ton tow truck, 1990 Chevrolet sewer van, and a 2002 Ford F-250 and plow. It was moved and supported to approve that sale.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by Counselor Barnzelli. Is there any further discussion? Some of this equipment is really old. Okay, hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to fill that last 10th spot with the resolution to hire a recreation assistant, Barb Hildy.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Freely. Is there support? Support by Counselor Johnson. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to receive and file the letter we received regarding noise and dust pollution near the Iron Trail Motors Event Center.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by
Support,
Counselor
Mayor.
Bearable. Further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the resolution authorizing conveyance of real estate of airport property, Lot 1, Block 1, plat of Sky Harbor. This is the first reading.
Thank you.
I will move the first reading.
Counselor Johnson moves to approve the first reading regarding the transfer back to Sky Harbor. Is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Paulson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the off-site agreement with Essentia Health for use of the Iron Trail Motors Event Center in case of emergency evacuation.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by Counselor Freelieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
It was moved and supported to approve the City of Virginia loan to attend the Minnesota State Fair in 2022.
So moved.
Moved by Counselor Johnson. Is there support? Support by Counselor Barnzelli. Any further discussion? Counselor Johnson.
Mayor, Britt's probably going to touch on this too, but we are going to be looking for accurate historical information from individuals who may have personal acquaintance with the loon prior to being city property. It was owned by the JCs, and they apparently took it all over the Midwest. So anybody with information can contact Britt or the city clerk, and we'll definitely want to have some history. And that being said, the loon will be missing from the lake for a little bit this summer.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a little historic rendition down there for people to read. Okay, thank you. Moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
That is all I have from that meeting.
Thank you. We have 4 minutes before we're required by law to hold the Truth and Taxation meeting. So we have one more report to give before we move on to item 10. That's 9.2, the Street and Alley Committee meeting that was held on December 8th, 2021. And we'll move this over to the Street and Alley Chair for a report and any committee members. Counselor Bearable.
Thank you very much. We'll be done in 4 minutes with this one. Item 9.2A is place the proper signage for traffic control at 15 miles an hour in the requested area in the spring. This is for 3rd Street to the south going toward the school where all the traffic is by the school on 3rd Street. And so that's the request. We can't do it now because the frost has already got on the ground. So this will be for the spring once they put the last coat on the street.
Okay, very good.
So that's the motion to put the proper signage.
Okay, moved by Counselor Bearable and supported by Counselor Freelieb. And under item 9.9A regarding the traffic control sign of 50 miles an hour, is there any further discussion?
There'll be actually speed signs on that street to 30 miles an hour until we get to the school area. I'm sorry, I should have added that to that.
Right, so unless otherwise posted as 30 miles an hour, they'll post it at 30, but near the school will be the 50 mile an hour zone. Okay, any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, the next item, we're gonna take all 3 of these, allow staff to continue discussion with all the entities for the proposed easement requests. I was just informed that staff needs more work to do on those yet, so we're going to just move those forward to the next committee of the whole and the council meeting. So we don't need to act on those tonight.
Okay, thank you.
And that ends my report.
Perfect. Okay, thank you, Councilor Bearable, and the other committee members that's serving on the Street and Alley Committee. Okay, the time is 6 p.m. Do Do we need to wait one more minute, or can we start? We have to wait till 6:01. Okay, so before we go into the next item on the agenda, let's see, it'll be commission liaison report. So we'll just kind of give us a minute here, and then at 6:01, we'll begin the Truth and Taxation meeting and then continue with the regular council meeting moving forward. Do we need a motion to recess? Okay, thank you. We will just recess the council meeting. It is now 6 p.m., and we will convene the Truth and Taxation hearing at 6:01. Thank you. Okay, everybody, it is now 6:01 p.m. We're required by law to hold our Truth and Taxation meeting, and at this time, we'll not only have the Truth and Taxation hearing, we'll approve the proposed levy, and then the next item would be, in this public hearing, is to adopt the budget. So this is a notice of proposed 2022 budget and property taxes. The Virginia, Minnesota City Council is holding a public meeting on its budget on the amount of property taxes it is proposing to collect to pay the costs of services the city will provide in 2022. Our spending proposal in 2022, the comparison is 2021 budget on spending was $17,706,393. The proposed 2022 budget for spending is $16,800,160. We have six categories or six items that fall under the levy category. The first is the general levy fund, which is an increase of 3%. Is we're proposing right now for the total amount of $147,633 increase in the budget. The special levy, which is a P&H, a tax abatement, it was Joy Global and it's now Komatsu, in the amount of $161,703. A special levy for the Virginia Economic Development Authority, which we're allowed to levy a certain percentage by law. The total of that would be $69,366. And we have a debt levy for street and alley on a 2021 A bond in the amount of $161,910, and our debt services of $1,009,415, and some minimal capital equipment purchases. So under the taxes, under the general fund, the 2021 total levy was $4,921,116. The proposed 2022 levy is $5,068,749. That's the general fund. This is under taxes. Debt service in 2021 was $878,392. In 2022, the proposed is $1,009,415. And tax abatement in 2021 was $142,679. And in 2022, the proposed levy is $161,703. Now, all Virginia, Minnesota residents were encouraged to attend the public hearing or send written comments as noted to the city clerk, which is our city clerk, Pamela Bean. And of course, it was posted as the public hearing for tonight, Tuesday, December 14th, 2021 at 6:01 p.m. here in the council chambers at City Hall. All written comments were to be in by 1 p.m. on Monday, December 6, 2021, and sent to the City of Virginia City Clerk, 327 First Street South, Virginia, Minnesota, 55792. And Pam, have you received any written comments with respect to the levy? No, I haven't. Have you seen any phone calls, text messages, emails, or any other form of communication regarding any comments regarding the levy? No. Has any city council received any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the levy? Okay, thank you. So I will ask our finance director, Sherry Erickson, do you have anything else to add? Any other explanations you have with respect to this truth and tax hearing here today?
No, I'm open for any questions. So I just want you to know this year was pretty tough. It's a work in progress.
You know, a budget year is very difficult sometimes, and as the deputy departments their wants, there's a difference between wants and needs, obviously. And I know that our staff worked very hard to try to find a balance and to ensure that we provide the services necessary and make sure the equipment's available for us to provide those services. And so I know that Sherry and Britt and the rest of the finance staff and our city clerk and those who are involved in the budget process, and all you as counselors that's sitting before us today, and there was a lot of work working through that budget. And so, like every year with every city, that's the way it goes. And so I think we've come up with a budget that's reasonable and prudent. It's responsible and necessary. We try to be as fiscally responsible as we can, and we're doing so. I know that the departments didn't get everything wanted, and some of them didn't get everything they needed either. But we are still working on some innovative ways in which to provide the necessary capital equipment in order to bridge the gap, so to speak, and our staff is working toward that. Any questions, comments from the council? Okay, we have no one on the line, no other comments. We've officially opened this meeting, and so we will have a resolution in your packet, and the resolution is setting the final tax levy for 2021, payable in 2022. And in this resolution, which is dated today, December 14th, 2021, the following sum of monies will be levied for the current year collectible in 2022 upon the taxable properties in the city of Virginia for the following purposes. The general fund levying $5,068,749. Special levy for VITA, $69,366. Special levy for tax abatement, $161,703, and the debt levy for the bond 2021A street and alley bonds of $161,910, and bonded indebtedness of $1,009,415 for a total levy increase for a total levy, of $6,471,143. Let me repeat that one again. The total levy is $6,471,143. So this is further resolved that the city finance director is hereby instructed to transmit a copy of this resolution to the county auditor of the St. Louis County, Minnesota, which copy will be the authority of said county auditor to spread the above tax levy upon the books as taxes for the city of Virginia for the year ending December 31st, 2022. So that is the resolution. Looking for council action.
I'll move the resolution for approval.
Council Johnson moves to approve the resolution of the levy. Is there support?
I'll support, Mayor.
Support by Councilor Bearable. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we have before us draft number 5 of the budget. This is the budget that's being proposed for us to adopt tonight. Is that correct, Sherry?
Yes, Mayor, that is correct.
Okay, thank you. So would you want to articulate to us, or I can do that, where the total budget is going to be? Go ahead, Sherry. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. As you just got through doing the general fund, revenue is going to be landing at $800,160. Sorry about that. And then we're going to bump on down to the special revenue. Iron Trail Motors Event Convention Center, we're proposing a $1.5 million revenue. By the way, they're doing quite well. Tennis for All, $69,200. And we did increase the ambulance revenue. We're hoping for some grants. There are some opportunities out there that we're gonna beat the bushes for sure on this one. $3,842,500 so that it equals out with expenses. So special revenue is at $411,700. And then our enterprise funds, as you see, we do not have the hospital on there because we were anticipating sale. So Washington Manor increased a bit to $670,727. Our solid waste revenue is, we're keeping it at the same, but we're being conservative on that, and it still is pretty good. Our golf course, $295,000. Restaurant, $36,000. Sewer, and that's to cover utilities, that's part of the lease. Sewer revenue fund, it's $2,755,000. And then the clinic lease, which is $1,396,200. And that basically covers the lease payments or the bond payments for that. Lease payments cover the bond payments.
Okay, Counselor Beyondich?
When is the lease?
I do have it in my big book here. I want to say it's 2025, but I know that was brought up at our special meeting that we needed to, Brian Lindsay, the attorney, is aware that we need to get going on this.
So the lease?
The lease itself is up in 2023. So we have bond payments further than the lease, so it needs to be revisited.
But the lease itself expires in 2023?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, looking at the entire budget, which is available for the public to review at any time, it's a public document, obviously. Revenues and expenditures for our budget is $28,346,715.98. And if we stick exactly to that budget moving forward, with everything that's included in the budget, we'll have some wiggle room for under emergency conditions in the amount of $876,751. Is that correct, Sherry?
I apologize. The very last page that you're reading off of, the enterprises, that number it needs to be corrected. It has the wrong cell on it. So the actual will be on the revenue page of $29,223,467. Hopefully leaving us with a surplus of $876,751. I know that's not much to float a business like this. I mean, this is a huge working organization.
Okay, with that corrected change, what was it, 29 million?
It's right on the front page, $29,223,467.
Okay, and with a budgeted surplus of
Yes.
$876,751.
That's correct.
Thank you, Sherry. Any questions, comments with respect to the budget? If we don't, looking for a motion to adopt the 2022 budget. Move to adopt by Councillor Freely. Is there support? Support by Councillor Barnzelli. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Sherry?
I would just like to leave this year on a more positive note, and that is we have enough sales tax that we didn't have to levy for the bond 2020A, which is the Iron Trail Motors Event Convention Center for construction, the A and B. And also too is our reserves are back. That's nice. So we're back up with our general fund. Reserves are healthy. They're investments. And also too, our para investment is 2.9 million right now. So we're gonna hopefully hit the 3 million mark here next year. And that's investments for our OPEB.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. Okay. Anything else before we close the public hearing? Do we need a motion for that? Looking for a motion to close the public hearing. Moved by Counselor Friedeb. Is there support? Support by Counselor Bearable. Any further discussion? Hearing seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Oh, now we will now resume our city council meeting, and we'll move to item number 10 on the agenda, which is commission liaison reports. Does any city councilor have a commission or liaison report they'd like to give today? Councilor Bearable.
Thank you. I just have a real quick one item. The Public Utilities had a special working session on their budget for 2022. And I'm just going to mention one thing that they're working on. They're going to have to do a rate increase for water because they're going behind quite a bit like we have with one of our enterprise funds. It's not going to be much. It'll probably be, depending on how many units you use, anywhere from $2 to $4 a month. That is the guess right now. So it's not a big increase. So that's what it'll be, somewhere in between, depending on your usage.
And will they be holding a public hearing on that increase or not?
I would guess they're still haven't finalized what they're going to do yet, so that'll probably be done by their meeting in the end of the month.
Okay, thank you. That concludes your report?
That's all, because this is just a special meeting to work on their budget.
Very good. Thank you, Councilor Bearable. Councilor Beyondich.
Could you tell me what that increase is for?
For water, they're going behind every year. They're subsidizing the water for the residents and the businesses in Virginia. They're losing money. That's what it amounts to. Just like when we've had to raise our sewer rates, they're losing money on water. The water belongs to the public utilities, not to the city.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other commission liaison reports? Okay, we'll move to item 11, department head reports. Does any department head have a report? John, do you have anything you'd like to report today? Okay, anything more from you at all, Britt? And how about from our city attorney's office?
I have no formal report. Thank you, Mayor.
No further reports. Okay, thank you very much. Move to item number 12, council reports. Does any city councilor have a report that they'd like to give this evening? Councilor Bearable.
I just have one quick thing, a reminder that the Rams annual meeting is December 29th, 2021. All members of the council are invited. If you're going to go, let Pam know. Its meal is paid for and everything, but it'll be on December 29th, starting, I believe, at 5:30. So just let her know. Everybody's invited because you are all part of Rams. I will be attending because I have to be there as president of Rams.
Very good.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Councilor Bearable. I just have a couple items. First, if anybody receives any calls regarding the street lights, regarding the in relationship to our construction projects at Pine Mill Court, 3rd Street and 8th Avenue, even though it appears as though the project is done, it's not. The bases for the streetlights are in. The wiring still has to be put in, and then the poles have to be erected, and then they'll be having lights in there. And Matt Reed had indicated that sometime between now and the end of December. Those were supposed to be done, but there was a few supply chain issues with respect to the poles. But he's assured us that, they'll be getting those poles up as soon as they can this winter, and not gonna wait till next spring to do it. So just for those who are living in that area, the calls that I received, we have, and we did call you back and let you know that they are forthcoming. So I know it's dark there right now, but, as they say, let there be light, we'll get it pretty soon. So thank you very much. And then I just want to say thank you to the greenhouse. A phenomenal job at that holiday reception that they had. It was really kind of neat with the caroling there and all those kind of things. And they provided a really nice atmosphere for everyone. And for those of you who had the opportunity to go, I thought it was a great event. And if you missed it this year, don't hesitate to attend next year. So thank you. Yes, Councilor
We
Payable.
were talking about lights. I noticed today when I was coming down 9th Avenue that the lights in the middle of the daytime in that east parking lot of the new iTech building were on. Is that supposed to be, or aren't they supposed to be on either dark to down to dark or some kind of automatic switch that turns them off? They shouldn't be on during the daytime.
Well, we
should
can
they?
check on that.
Check on that.
Yeah, we'll check on that. Thank you.
I don't know about the other side, the west parking lot. I didn't pay any attention to that one.
Thank you. And once again, thanks you to everybody who's over the course of this year and years past, your generous donations to the various organizations that we have in Virginia and the things that we do, the library, the police department, our park and rec department, all over. And we are such a kind and generous community. And, we can't thank you enough for investing in a really good place for us to live and work. So thank you for that. And one other item on the agenda tonight at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center is high school hockey. Rock Ridge against Denfeld. Go Wolverines. So I'm going to the game right after this, so if anybody wants a hot dog, I'm buying. Okay, anything else to come before the council meeting this evening?
Mayor, remind them of the luncheon tomorrow.
Okay. Well, for the city employees and the staff, and for all the commissioners and all the volunteers and Friends of Public Safety, Friends of the Greenhouse, are all invited to a holiday luncheon tomorrow at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center. And your choice of this will be buffet style, our pasties and strombolis and some pasta salad, some other things, and a little holiday cheer. And just thank you for all the hard work that you do. It's just a small token of our appreciation for everything you all do and volunteer for this, for the city and what you do for them. So we'll see you tomorrow, and the time is 11:30 to 1:30. All right. So thank you, Councilor Bearboot. Okay, nothing else to come before the council meeting tonight. We will stand adjourned to our next council meeting, which is December 28th, 2021. Thank you, everybody. Be safe. Have a safe, happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all. We stand adjourned.